What's poppin', everybody? This is Sabro504 and welcome to our first deck profile with the new Sword and Shield set. So today I'm going to show you guys how Lucario Melmetal GX benefits from the new cards from Sword and Shield. This is a tank Pokemon from Unbroken Bonds, the definition of a tank Pokemon through and through, and with the help of the other Lucario Stage 1, it makes for a formidable combo to block a lot of damage. So this guy, 260 HP, metal Pokemon. It's got 3 very good attacks, very useful attacks. Your Steel Fist is your typical tank building attack. You really want to have something like this when you use a Pokemon like this. Does a little bit of damage, but helps you get energies directly from the deck and put it onto this guy. So it helps build himself up, build for Heavy Impact. Heavy Impact is a decent 150 attack, no drawbacks, and when you're going to be surviving and you're hoping to tank a lot of hits and stick around, doing big chunks of damage like this with no costs becomes really deadly. The best attack of this Pokemon and what really makes it really work, I would say, is Full Metal Wall GX. With this, for 1 energy, you can block 30 damage from your opponent's Pokemon throughout the remainder of the game. As long as they're hitting your metal Pokemon, they're always minus 30 damage. And if you do this while you have an additional metal energy or another energy, I think is any energy, then you discard all of the energies attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if you time this right, if you want to do this like maybe not immediately, you can discard a bunch of energies to your opponent. So this Pokemon with the Stage 1 Lucario here from Unified Minds, you get a bunch of these out. You block 20 less damage from your opponent's attacks. Your tag team Pokemon get blocked 20 damage. So what better partner than Lucario Melmetal GX, since it can already block damage with Full Metal Wall, since it can block damage with the Metal Frying Pan here, and heal a lot of damage too with other cards. It makes for an excellent tank combination. So the problem with this deck was that after the rotation of Nest Balls, it was really difficult to get the Riolas out. But now with the Quick Ball, we have a nice little solution here. Get those basic Pokemon really quickly. And it also works wonders with this other great new card, Metal Saucer. So this is essentially Dark Patch and Aqua Patch for Metal Energy. It is an extremely good card that works perfectly with this deck and Quick Ball. We can discard the metal energies with this, search out our Pokemon, and then Metal Saucer quickly build up the Melmetal Lucario. So it gives us a little bit of extra speed, which this deck appreciates, and it's just an excellent combo with Quick Ball. Other than that, the other Pokemon are basically just here for support. I have one of the Solgaleo Prism here. This guy, for Corona Impact, you can hit Pokemon that I guess would be immune to Tag Team GXs and stuff. There's a few of those around. So this is a good little guy. With Radiant Star, you can also build up your Pokemon really quickly, build himself up, or build up Lucario Melmetal really quickly, if you have metal energies in the discard pile. And then one of these Skarmories, Calm Strike, decent attack. Once again, as a non-GX Pokemon, if your opponent used their GX attack, 90 for 2. And then Steel Wing is kind of good too. You know, it keeps the trend of blocking more damage. This guy also blocks 30, so in conjunction with the Frying Pan, Lucario Melmetal GX's attack, we can block even more damage. So it's another decent little Pokemon, I suppose. And then just one for Amasa as my free retreating guy. That's it. You probably want to drop this and add more Lucario Melmetals, but I only have 2, so I'm showing you guys the deck that I can with the cards that I have. And then one new, just for some good bench barrier support. So I already talked about a few of the trainers here. Obviously, the Metal Saucer is good for energy acceleration. Quick Ball is going to help us get Pokemon. But we have some other consistency cards too. I've got the double attack call here. This is pretty nice because you can search out Melmetal Lucario GXs instantly. It's pretty much a freaking +1. An item card that lets you get 2 cards. And we also have a bunch of the Mallow and Lana supporters here. This is going to be my main method of healing. This card is just perfect for this deck. Not only does it act like a switch with this deck needs sometimes, It can heal 120 damage too if you discard 2 cards. So excellent healing card. It's much better, I think. Instead of running mixed herbs, you need to spend more space with that. You gotta have them together. I think this is just much better. Speaking of healing, I guess might as well just talk about the Great Potion too. I've got 2 of these here for that item healing, a little bit of mini healing here. I just have 2, so I really couldn't experiment with more than 2 either way, but I'm pretty satisfied with the deck, to be honest. You don't have space for everything either way. We got one of the Evolution Incense, another new card, Instant Evolution Search, so we can get a Lucario. I would have liked to run more, but space, as always. Got one of the Adventure Backs, more searching, get those Metal Frying Pans. This card is pretty significant, not only because it blocks damage, and we want that, but it eliminates your weakness to fire. Your whole tanking strategy goes to hell if your opponent can use Reshiram and kill you in one shot, so this really helps. You want to have this if you can. Right. One energy spinner, get an energy, discard it with quick ball, good stuff. We got the 2 switches, gotta have switches in this deck, 2 of these. And then the last item is this new Ordinary Rod. It's kind of crazy. This is Ordinary Rod, but it's just as good as Super Rod, if not better in many ways. You choose one or both, shuffle in any combination of 2 Pokemon and 2 basic energies from your discard pile into your deck. So what we're normally going to do with this is maybe recycle Lucario, Melmetal GX, maybe recycle Skarmory, this kind of stuff, but it's good to have a recovery item like this. I like this a lot. So finally getting a decent replacement for Stretcher and Super Rod. And I think all that's left is the supporters and the one-off stadium. The stadium for this deck is Power Plant. Now if you want, you can do the Swell Vortex thing if you just want to have no stadium around for you and your opponent. You don't need a stadium. But this is actually still pretty good, I would say. I mean, we got V Pokemon out now, but blocking Pokemon GX's abilities is pretty useful. At least you know you're going to stop Mewtwo and Keldeo GX, which could show up for sure. So it's a good little stadium. It doesn't hurt us, so why not run it? Now, my supporters, we do get a few new supporters to toy with. First of all, I still have the one Lily. Now that you can't really use supporters when you play first and just try and search this and do stuff, I think it does lose a little bit of value, but it's still pretty good. Drawing to have 6 and drawing if you have 8 if you play second and you use this, I guess. So it's good. It's still a good supporter as a one-off. We get the new Professor's Research here. Pretty generic name, but it's Magnolia. I don't know why they called it just Professor's Research and her name is here, but this is Juniper and Sycamore, so I'm running these, one of these. Good stuff. I've already talked about the Malo and Lana, 3 of these. We also have the 4 Cynthia, you gotta have this. 1 of the Coach Trainer, this is a Tag Team GX deck. Normally you do want to have your Melmetal in the active position. You want to get that guy there as soon as possible. So if that guy's there, we use this, we draw 4, straight 4. Very good. And the other ones is just the 1 Volkner. Just give me an item. I could grab like a potion or a switch. Good stuff, even Saucer. Some good things you can grab with this always, the Skyla guy. And then 1 of the Tate and Lies here. This is good because it's like a draw card and an extra switching card too. And I kind of like this flexibility, especially in this sort of deck. So just 1 of these could be nice too. You can drop this for more Professor Magnolias if you want, or just something else if you want to. But I'm including it so far. And that's basically the deck. Just have 11 metal energies, and that's it. It's more than enough for this deck, I would say, since we're using the saucer too. So to quickly mention a bunch of other things, this is actually, the first deck that I really played in standard with the new rules. To be honest, I still opt to go first because we want to get those Riolus down quickly and then hopefully evolve into Lucarios on the next turn. So If you can do that, I still would suggest you play first. If you play second, it's still not too bad to be honest, because we can go for Full Metal Wall GX. It's no problem. And this deck, it can go either way to be honest. It doesn't bother it too much because you're not gonna explode on the first turn anyway, so you're okay either way. Now, regarding your matchups, this deck, no matter what you do, it will have some inconsistency problems, and it's pretty linear. It's not like it's very flexible. Your strategy is pretty simple. You just try and build this guy with energies, tank, and hopefully your opponent doesn't have any outs and stuff. Your opponent getting things like Lucario stuck or other Pokemon stuck with no energies can be a problem, which is why the switches are here, which is why Mallow and Lana can be pretty useful for the switching too, not just the healing. So this is important, keep that in mind. But other than that, if your opponent can't do crazy damage with fire and can't really play around this guy's tanking, then you should be able to win. Now, as always, I have matches to show you guys with this deck. Man, it seems like it's been a while since I did this format, showing a new deck profile. But this is how it's going to be. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the matches. Say Roll Final 4. What's say?